There's no racism in Europe. The Netherlands. Every year, multiple Dutch people dress up in full-blown blackface for Zwart Piet, even though people protest against it, and even government leaders have called this thing racist. Despite that, only 32% of Dutch people think that Zwart Piet should be adapted. And before you say, oh, but it's our culture, remember what your ancestors were getting up to when they came up with this tradition. They definitely didn't love and respect black people. And you know you're wrong if neo-Nazis are agreeing with you. France. Or shall I say the world leaders of Islamophobia? If most Muslims were white, I doubt this would be happening. And do you know how I know? Because white nuns in veils are not treated the same as brown and black women in hijabs. They can go to the beach without the cops bothering them. And there have been so many cases of French people being racist toward Asians. This day, France still makes some African countries pay them billions of dollars each year in colonial tax. The fact that some of you think that there are any types of benefits to slavery and colonization is so telling. England. The sun never sets on England, remember? And some of you still have the audacity to say this. Why don't you go back to Africa? And what's worse is that the cops didn't even intervene. And when your prime minister speaks, do you ever listen? How about him? Oh, okay. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but if there truly wasn't any racism or xenophobia in the UK, Brexit wouldn't have happened. And our favorite prince told us what's what. Come on, man. And when it comes to racism in football, I honestly don't even know where to start. Racial hate crimes after a football match happen more regularly than some of you may like to admit. To be fair though, racism in football happens in multiple countries across Europe, and yes, I'm talking about the same Europe that isn't racist at all. The thing is that black and brown Brits have been telling us forever that the UK is still racist, but many of you just refuse to hear them. Have you already forgotten all the racism that was happening with the Ukraine-Russia war? The way how the African students were treated? Racist. The way how the European media was comparing this war to African wars and Middle Eastern wars? Racist. And how black volunteers had to be warned that they'll be called racial slurs when they go help out in Ukraine. Objectively racist. And least we forget that the KKK is present in multiple European countries. And in 2020, there were almost 2,000 online and offline racist attacks in Austria. So the continent that pioneered international racism is now the only place in the world that doesn't have any racism? Okay.